All right, we are back for another coach's vlog. It's been a minute, and today I wanted to discuss what I will be doing with my evening Muay Thai class. So we've got the intermediates tonight, so I thought I'd just kind of break down what the ideas are, what we're going for, and just kind of go from there. What we're going to be doing tonight is not overly complicated in one sense. It's quite simple, but it is technical in another sense. And so the general focus that I'm going to be trying to, the general focus is going to be essentially improving our kicks as a whole. And when I say kicks, I'm specifically talking about our push kicks or our teeps and our round kicks. And the relationship between these things are important too. You know, we can get really good at throwing these things in isolation, but how these things work together, how my teeps set up openings for my round kicks, and how the thread of the round kick sets up openings for the teep. These are important skills to develop. And so the way I'm gonna get them better at it through the usual structure of the class is obviously we'll warm up as usual. Then we're going to get into some shadowboxing. Now, with my intermediates, I tend to not give too many combinations because at this point they should have a certain ability to be autonomous and to come up with their own combinations. On top of that, I want to encourage that. I want to encourage them to be more autonomous, come up with their own decisions and execute those decisions. Now, what I'm going to do with them in shadowboxing, however, is to make a rule that they can only kick. They can defend punches. If they want to imagine someone's throwing a punch, they can block a punch, they can parry, they can slip, whatever they want to do, but they can only throw teeps and kicks. And again, exploring all the different options there are. When you hyper focus on one thing of a narrow scope, you explore that and you start to realize how many things you can actually do with those few options. And maybe you'll explore something you haven't really done before. So after we've done our basically our shadowboxing, we're going to go into some pad work. So today we've got 3 rounds of pads. So how it's going to work is all 3 rounds are going to be freestyle. However, the pad hold is going to be a little bit more interactive. The pad hold is going to throw for the round number 1. The only thing they can throw are teeps. So you can go left teep, right teep, whichever, and the person has to react. So they don't know when it's coming. But they're going to react to it. They're going to be ready for it. So they might hold a combination, and then the pad hold will throw a teep, and then the person hitting pads will react to it. After that, second round, same idea, but instead of teeps, they're going to be round kicks. So reacting to the round kicks, checking them. Maybe if there's something specific they want to work, like maybe Dutch blocking or catching or intercepts, they can do that. However, or whatever, that's fine. But if they don't have anything particular they're working on, then just checking is fine. After we do that, third round, the pad holder is going to mix up both. So the pad holder is going to throw teeps and round kicks. So now it's going to be a little more challenging to have to distinguish between the two different things that are coming at us. But yeah, I mean, that's just part of it, right? So after the third round, obviously swap over, both people get a go at that. Then we're going to get into our sparring. And our sparring is going to reflect that thing that we're trying to get better at as well, which is the ability to work on our teeps and our kicks. But now we're going to focus on the relationship of our punches with those kicks. So the first game is going to be one person can only use their punches and they can only do round kicks. That's it. So they can, when I say round kicks, round kicks to the body, legs. The other person can only use their punches with their teeps. So again, they have to explore that relationship between the teeps and the punches, or between the punches and the round kicks. Then the following round, they're going to swap over. And then pretty much for the rest of the session from there, it's just going to be freestyle sparring. And that's pretty much the session. We might get quite a few decent rounds of freestyle sparring in from there. And that's pretty much it.